Hey, this is Scott, and I'm here with Ryan, and Ryan's going to show us about these cables here. What do you got to say, Ryan?
So we'll look at the first one here. As you tension these up onto the cable and you tighten this even tighter, get it up here so I can show you here, this cable tends to fray out. So as you tension it, it gets worse and worse, and you can catch your finger on the edge right there. So you can leave a couple inches hanging out here, but nobody wants 3 inches hanging out there and getting caught on clothing or fingers or anything like that. Nobody really likes a sharp end of the cable like that. So a solution to tend to help with that we've seen is people like to take shrink tube and they'll run over the outside of the cable and then shrink tube that down, and tends to have a nicer of a finish on the end of the cable. Another scenario that you see tends to look something like this here, where you'll crimp on a fitting and you have a little bit hanging out here. Because this one's not frayed, that's an indication that the fitting crimped all the way around, held that cable together. Now, a solution that you can do to kind of hide this little bit of a burr you got hanging out here is you can have another one of those sleeves right over the end and crimp that so it kind of hides it, and then you have a little bit of you have another fitting on there that hides that end, so you don't have that hung up on clothing or your fingers or anything like that. One of the good solutions here is a fitting that hides the end of the cable. So this cable comes inside here and you can run 2 crimps on it, and you can't even see the end of the cable. Nothing to get hung up on, nice smooth finish. One of the ways that you want to cut cable, you don't want to use one of these. These right here are flat cutting surfaces that as you crimp down on the cable, it will actually smash the cable, which will create that frayed end like that. The way we like to do it here is use a cable cutter that goes around the cable, encompasses around it, and then closes around it and cuts it together. Pulls all of the strands together and cuts it at once.
So, Ryan and I were talking more after we finished shooting the video, and there's some additional insights, actually quite a few, that we'd like to share with you. I have some close-up photos showing you, detailing what we talked about and more. The link's in the bio, or it's down below depending on which platform you're on, or simply go to railingexpert/frayed, railing.expert/frayed, Frayed.